Welcome back to the channel. So today we will be solving another interview question of Python. It was asked in Apple. So here in this question we have been given one input string and we need to generate the output string like this. So let me walk you through the problem statement. Given a string, return the modified string having the character and its consistent count in least possible complexity. So basically, we need to return the character and its consistent count, right? So let me explain you what the problem statement means. So, okay, so let me show you how we can derive this string out of this, right? So if you see here A is there, then in the output also we have A, and then the count of the consistent count of A is what? 1, right? Before B came, there is only one A, so we have 1 over here. Then again we have B, and then we will look for like the consecutive or consistent B. We don't we don't have any such B, right? So we write B, and then the count is 1. Similarly for C, it is 1. Similar, and for A, it is 1, right? And for B, if we see, we have three B's are there, right, consecutively. So we write B3 over here. Then for C, we have 2, so C2. Similarly for A, it is 2. And for B and D, it is 1 and 1, right? So like this is what we need to generate out of this problem, right? So how to approach this problem? So if you see here, like by looking at how we did it manually, right? What we did, we iterate through the character, and then what we did the count, right, for each character. But this we need to do consecutive. Consecutive we need to see, right? Or we can say that the consistent character we need to see. So how we can like solve this problem? So by looking at this, I like think of the approach like this. So what we can have I pointer over here, we can have J pointer over here, and for each I we will see how many J's are there, how many J are there which are same as I. Let me write this. So for each I, we will have J, and what this I comma J combination would be, for each I will see how many J character are same, right? This we need to see. So the condition would like this: A of I should equal to A of J. Till that point, keep on increasing J pointer, right? And we will have another condition like J should be less than N, where N is the length of array. So this would be the piece of code. So let me write the code and then I will iterate you through uh, the solution basically. Okay, so as we discussed, what we can do, we can have two pointers basically. One is I, which is start from 0, and one will be J, which would be I plus 1, right? So let me write the code, and we will have the N, which would be the length of S. So let me write the code over here, right? So we can write like this. We can write I equal to 0, right? And then we can, okay, so J we will like write dynamically. So then we can write, okay, let me change the color of pen. Okay. So then we can have N, which would be the length of S, and then we can write the while loop. Why while loop? Because we want basically the condition. We can do the same thing using for loop also. So we can write while I is less than N, right? I is less than N. And what exactly we need to do? We need to have the J, which will be I plus 1. And then we need to have one count I. So at each point, like the count would be 1 initially, and then as and when the consistent count we will find, we will increase that pointer, right? So let me write that. So we can write while this j should be less than n, and okay, so here in Java we write like this, and s of I should be equal to j, right? And then if this is the case, then what we need to do, we need to increase the j, and we need to increase the count I also. Got it? So once this is done, then what we need to do, we need to have one answer string. There we will like keep on concatenating the data. So this is the approach where what we are doing, we are concatenating the strings. Other approach, what we can do, we can have one ANS array, and we can keep on appending the strings, right? So we can have a string like A1, A2, B1, something like that. And then at the end, what we can do, we can write ANS. Basically, we can use the join, right? We can use the join and join the strings. So let me write over here. So once this loop breaks, then we will get the answer at that point. So we can write ANS equal to ANS plus string of I, because this is how we want the output, right? We want the output like this string, like that particular character, and then the count. So we can write count. So here we can write count of I. So if you see here, these all are string and this is integer. So this will not work. So we will have to write like this. We will have to type as this. So basically, once we cover, let's say, okay, let me explain to you here. Let's say if you are here, like I is here, and you are iterating through it. So your j will start over here. So I is same as j, yes. So j will again increase, j will come over here. I is same as j, yes, it is same. Then j will come over here. I is same as j, no, it is not same. So the this loop will break, right? So once this loop is break, what we want I to be come over here. We don't want to process I again, right? We cannot write like this I plus equal to 1. We want to start I once wherever j has failed. So I should be like this. I should be equal to j, right? So let me write that piece of code. So we should write I equal to j once this loop fails, right? And I think this is the answer. So once we have like covered all the elements, then we can print the data or return the data, right? So what we can do, we can like dry run this piece of code and understand basically. So let me remove all these things, right? And let me take one example, basically a little smaller string uh, to understand this algorithm basically. So we can write s equal to a b a b b c. Let's say string is like this. So its answer would be A1, B1, A1, B2, C1. This would be the answer, right? So let's iterate through it. So let me write the string again. So A, B, B, C, right? And let's take the pen also. Let me change the color of pen and this also. Okay. So now I is here, right? I is here. Our code is, and let's have the answer over here also. So we can write answer equal to, as of now it is empty, right? So I and length is what? So we will have n. So length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So n is 6. Okay. So what we will do? The 0 is, okay, let me give the index also. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 0 is less than 6. Yes. Then j will come over here. So the j pointer will be here, right? Then count. Okay, so let me write the count also. So the count as of now is 1, right? So while j is less than n, so j, that is 1, is less than 6, yes. And is s of I is equal to s of j, is b equal to a? No, this is not the case. So this loop will not execute, right? So the count would be 1 only. So here what we will do, here the it would look like empty string plus the s is what? S of I is a, plus count of I is what? 1. So it would be A1, and ANS will be updated as A1. Now, again, what will happen? Again, like where the I will increment, I would be J, right? Because J is the place where this loop break, right? So basically the upper loop, this inner loop. So what will happen? So again, I will come over here and again loop will start. So J will be here, right? Again, this is not same. So this loop will not be executed and we will have again B1. Got it? So again, this like I will come in place of J. So J would be, sorry, I would be here and J would start from here, right? So again, this will see, is A equal to B? No, this is not the case. Then again, A1 would be there, right? And again, this will, so J, I would become over here, J will be here. So now again, like I is 3. 3 is less than 6. Yes. Then J would be J plus 1. So J would be at fourth place and count would be 1. So count is 1. And here while loop will run. Why? Because these two values are same. So J is less than N. Yes, J is less than 6. Basically 4 is less than 6. And S of I is equal to S of J. S of I. So like index third and index fourth values is same. Yes, these are same value. So what will happen? J will increase. So let me increase the J pointer. So J would come over here and the count will also increase. So count will become 2. Got it? And then again J would come over here like basically. So again check 5 is less than 6. Yes, this is true. Is S of I is equal to S of J? Is C is equal to B? No, this is not the case. Then again this loop will not work, right? And here we will come and this will concat the data. So we will have an ENS like this, and here we will concat the data. What? B, and the count would be 2. B2 be concated, and I would come to the place where J has failed. So now this would be like this. So here again, I would come, right? Again, since 5 is less than 6, yes, this is true. So J would come to this point, basically at the sixth index. J would be there, right? Is J less than is J less than um, 6? No, 6 is not less than 6. This is not true, right? So this loop will not work. And again, here we will concat S of I and count. So S of I is what? C. Okay, let me write like this. S of S of I is 6 and the count is 1, and we will get this output, right? This loop will break because I will go to the sixth index and this loop will not work, right? So I hope you understood this problem. So let's talk about the space complexity and time complexity, right? So time complexity, if we talk about, if you see, like we are iterating this entire string only once. Why? You might be thinking that here we are using nested loops, so the time complexity should be O of n square, but this is not the case. Why? Because if you see, I is dependent on j, and j is only incrementing like in the sequential manner, and wherever it is failing, the j, like I is not like I plus plus 1. Got it? It is not like this. It is jumping, right? It is jumping. So this will always be run in O of n in the worst case, right? And okay, so this will be O of 1 n. And space complexity, if we see, we are using a string basically. So here also we can say O of n. And I would suggest not to use this basically string concat, because this is basically, right? The string operation is quite heavier side, right? So what we can use array, and then we can use the join and join the array, right? So yes, this is the piece of code. So let me walk you through basically on the Colab. So this is the code, the same thing, right? So what we can do, we can run this. Okay, so this is the answer. And if we use, like, instead of string, we can use array also. And here the same code. Basically, we are appending the string and string character and the string value of the count, and the same thing basically. So here we are printing the ANS. ANS is nothing but the array which we got, and here we are joining the data with empty string. So this is how the output would look like. So this is how the array will fill, and then we can join using space, empty space, right? So yes, if you like this content, please do like, subscribe, share the channel. And if you're new to this channel, we have a lot of interview related content on my YouTube channel, so you can check out that also, right? So let's meet in the next problem. Until then, bye.